Alright, so my finals ended a couple days ago. I was planning on making a video yesterday, but I ended up just making a ton of decks instead. And it turns out the ban list came out while I was taking my little break to take my ridiculous finals. I'm pretty sure I passed all my classes. I'm still not sure. I know I did really bad on all of them, but whatever. So anyways, the ban list came out. Couple of surprising things. For one, still no Stratos. And for two, I finally cracked and just decided to download Photoshop. So the image you're seeing right now, I created in Photoshop very hastily after watching tons of tutorials, since it's not an easy program to use, since I'm so used to using really basic stuff. So it's just an experiment. I think it came out pretty well. So I have the ban list up here. Let me see if I can take a look at it real quick. Okay, here it is. So first we have super polymerization was banned. That's stupid. Whatever, I guess shadows were too much. I'm not going to say any more about that. On to the next one. Dark Strike Fighter, Moral Touch, and Snatch Steal. Snatch Steal, I hear they're going to like change how it works or something. But as it stands now, of all the mind control abilities, you know, like Change of Heart, Brain Control, and Snatch Steal, Snatch Steal is probably the easiest one to counter, since MST is so prevalent. It's so... yeah, I think the word's prevalent. I know it's that. I know I'm saying it wrong. It just doesn't sound right when I'm saying it out loud. Snatch Steal. I mean, MST is more commonly used in most decks. There we go. That's a good way to put it. So it's actually kind of... you can actually stop Snatch Steal, even though you do get to keep it permanently as long as Snatch Steal stays out on the field and your opponent gains life points, which is not really a big deal. That's why a lot of people run Upstart Goblin. Moral Touch. Saw this coming from a mile away. Surprised they didn't limit Sanctum as well. I think that's the card that brings about. And I'm also surprised the hands aren't on here, or Tool. There's a whole bunch of cards I would definitely like to see at number 1, but Moral Touch is a good start. And Dark Strike Fighter, this card, ever since they changed how it works, it's garbage. You can only use its effector in the main phase 1, and only on one monster. That's terrible. The other one was really good. If they didn't have the main phase 1 restriction, it still might be okay. But main phase 1, usually you do the effect burn damage here in the main phase 2. That's why Cowboy is so good, because you can do that little extra 800 points of damage. Main phase 1 restriction completely kills the card. Even if they did restrict it to 1, it still wouldn't be half bad if it wasn't for the main phase 1 restriction. On to number 2, Goyle Guardian. He's not really doing much at 1, so I don't really see a big problem with him at 2. Dark Hole, a lot of people aren't even using the card. I rarely use it anymore either. I have it in my template, so sometimes it's in a lot of my decks, but not because I made a conscious effort. I just didn't think I was going to take it out of the template. So I usually take it out, because Regeki, or even Regeki's not even that good, because destruction effects aren't really all that great anymore. Honest at 2 though, that's amazing. That can actually like open up some stuff, because Honest at 2 is really good. At 1, he's not really a threat. At 2, you'll see him a lot more often in decks that require, you know, like light monsters, like Heroes, or, well, Gemini Heroes. Gemini Heroes, Bujins, Light Sworns to some extent, but not really. They're more about just destroying the field, not really attacking. And then at 3, all of them, I don't really see a problem. Mermails aren't doing anything. Transmigration Prophecy isn't really a big deal anymore. I'm surprised it took them so long to unlimit it. It was a big deal back in the day when there was a lot of graveyard effects, but mostly everything's happening on the field now. I mean, there's still graveyard effects, but it doesn't actually like negate them like it used to back in the day. Because right now, what is it? Just Tool? I mean, what is it? Quill-Offs? Quill-Offs don't really go to the grave. Burning Abyss, they do go to the grave, so I guess it would be pretty good against that. And what else is there? I don't know. Off the top of my head, I can't really think much. It's an okay card, but it definitely outlived its usefulness on the ban list, just like that one other card, Magic Cylinder. It was a big deal back in the day, but it's not really anymore, because it's kind of slow since it's a trap card. That's funny. Trap cards are slow now. Not really, but this one, for what it does, there's a whole bunch of hand cards that do it better, like Skullmeister or DD Crow, if you're going to use those kinds of things anyway. Reborn Tengu, that's awesome. When he was at 2, he wasn't really worth it, but at 3 you can actually use his effect, because when he was at 2, you can only special summon 1 on its death. And that 1 wasn't really a big deal, but able to use its effect twice, since when he leaves the field you can special summon 1 from your deck. That twice thing right there, that makes it viable, because most duels are pretty much decided by the 5th turn, and if you're able to bring out a second one of these guys within that turn, that is actually a big deal. So Reborn Tengu might see some plays again. Reasoning at 3, that's awesome too. I'm still waiting for them to unlimit Monster Gate as well, because Reasoning and Monster Gate work very well together. But Reasoning at 3, that's a good start. Monster Gate should also go to 3, that way I can play my turbo decks again. Because Reasoning and Monster Gate are really good for decks that basically just use like level 7 or higher monsters. Those are a lot of fun to play. Basically you either lose really fast or win really fast. And Blackwing Gale, another one, I'm surprised it took him so long. Same case as Transmigration Prophecy. Used to be good back in the day because he was the huge Stardust Dragon killer, 1300 attack. Could half Stardust Dragon's 2500 attack to 1250 and destroy him. Plus he can special summon himself if you had a Blackwing out, and he's a level 3 tuner, which was all great for Blackwings, but Blackwings aren't really doing anything. So might as well give them a little boost by giving them one of their good cards back. Because Destruction by Battle isn't really a big deal anymore. The whole thing is that his having your opponent's monsters attack is permanent. But there's already another card that does that too, that 1600 attack, but he's not a tuner and he can't spring himself out, so Gale's pretty cool. That gives Blackwings a little bit of a boost, but it's not really a big deal. All in all, the ban list on a whole, yeah, meh. I'd say MVPs are Tengu going to 3, Honest going to 2, and Super Poly being banned, which I'm still like, eh. Really? Did you have to do that? It wasn't that good. But I mean, it was good. So, so many other cards I could think of that would go over there, but whatever. Oh, so, if you can't see by this video, my finals are over, like I said at the beginning, so I should be back, and I already spent like all day yesterday building a whole bunch of decks, so expect to see more videos soon. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention. When I made the video announcing that I was going to take a couple of days off to pretty much do my finals, I read the comments and you guys are like really nice. I was surprised at how much positive feedback I had. I don't know what I was expecting. I just put it out just to let you guys know why there wasn't going to be videos when there usually is a new video every day. And you guys are like, oh, that's cool. And then you guys just all start talking about how great I was already, inflating my overly big ego to begin with. So that was pretty nice. You guys are pretty cool.